Hey, what's going on guys? My name is Kyle and welcome back to the channel. So since Fortnite is a game that's constantly updating and changing, there have been many weapons and items that are now deemed pretty useless. So in today's video, I'm going to be counting down the top 5 most pointless and useless weapons in Fortnite Battle Royale. So coming in at number 5 on my list is actually quite an interesting choice, and it's bandages. Now don't get me wrong, these aren't terrible. If you're below 75 health and you don't have a medkit, then yeah, sure, use bandages. But the thing is, there are mini shields and slurp juices and all this kind of stuff now that'll heal you that you don't really have the space for bandages at the end of the game. Like you'll take mini shields, a shield, a medkit, and then like an AR and a shotgun, or maybe you'll throw like a grenade launcher or something in there, and you just don't have the space for bandages, so really no one uses them in late game anymore. With that being said though, they're not terrible, it's just not as good as some of the other options. So coming in at number 4 on my list is the pistol. So the pistol isn't bad. If you get it at the beginning of the game, you can definitely use it in early game fights, but it's not that good, especially as you progress through the match and you get assault rifles and better weapons. You're gonna leave this thing behind. Now with that being said though, there are some people that with the right hands, the weapon doesn't have a trigger limit, which means you can just shoot as fast as you possibly can. So if your trigger figure is really good, this may be a great weapon for you. Just to be clear though, I'm talking about like the pistol, not the silence one. The silence one I think does work, but the dull one, not so much. Coming up next on my list is the old traps. So if you're new to Fortnite, you wouldn't know what these are. They're these electric traps that you could either put on the wall, the ceiling, or the floor, and they were just really bad. You could hear them from a mile away, so the only way to really kill someone with it is like if they didn't have audio, they were playing without it, which you shouldn't do. You need audio in Fortnite. They were just really bad. There was also the jump pad, which kind of just went in one direction but not very far. So the launch pad is a whole lot better. Coming in at number 2 on my list is the tactical submachine gun. Now all submachine guns are bad, don't get me wrong, but this one is by far the worst. The original, although the damage isn't as good, it shoots down forts when people are building them in the end game. That's actually a really popular strategy that some people don't know about. Take a submachine gun if you don't have any explosives, and you can just pull from that light ammo and just spray down forts. It is useful for that, and it's not bad for close range if you're good with it, like the blue one, but the tactical is just bad. The fire rate is terrible, the damage isn't that much higher. The only thing it does is just kind of sit there. I mean, it looks cool, but like you're never going to use this unless you absolutely have to. Now before I get to the number 1 spot, I actually have an honorable mention, and it's the 3 burst assault rifle. The only time I would ever actually use this weapon is when I don't have an assault rifle, and it can do the job if you need it to, but it's nowhere near as good unless it's blue. If it's blue, it's very accurate, so if you're good with it, you can destroy people. But if you don't, just take like a common AR, dude. Don't bother with the burst. You won't do good. Trust me, they're not that good. If you absolutely need to, you can use it, but if not, use something else. Finally, coming in at the number 1 spot, it's the bush. Now if you're a really passive player, that's completely fine. It's Fortnite Battle Royale, not Call of Duty. You don't have to kill everyone you see, but if you're gonna use a bush and stay at the outer edges, use one that's already there, because if you put one on, that makes you a target. If anybody sees you, they're gonna make sure they kill you because they don't want you in the final circles. They don't want to be killed by a bush. Use one that's already there and stick to the edges and just play the circle. It's so much safer than using a bush, because if you use a bush, you're a target, man. I'm sorry, just no one wants to be killed by those, so they're gonna try to take you out. They even maybe team up against you. Well anyway guys, that is the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe down below for more content like this. It helps me out a lot and I really appreciate it. Peace out.